try, see? There's a Halloween thing going on. If you get the wrong pumpkin, some crazy thing coming after you. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you run into your store or not. It'll go into your store and kill you. It's already done that to me twice. It's already done that to me twice. I just hired another employee. Yeah, so you can have up to 5 in here. 1, 2. Oh, why she's not selling? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can have up to 5 people. For some reason she's selling. So you get these little Halloween ones right here. They look cool and all, but you can't buy them. Then you got this stupid thing over here. Yeah, you get this stupid thing. Steel point. Talk to this idiot. You got different pumpkin. What one of those ones up there? That skull one. Got those two. This idiot. You gotta smash pumpkins. You gotta smash pumpkin. I think I'm at like 50%. 50% of doing it. Where did your fat ass go down? What you doing over there, bitch? Just stay your fat ass right there, ho. That customer. Fucking heifer. I just hit level 19. Oh. Shit. Quality of 480. What the hell? Hell no, that's crap of it. In 1080p. What the hell? 1080p with the monitor 25 something, like it's supposed to be. Recommend it. And then the 1080p is what's running on the Revolution. My phone is stupid. Every time I turn around, phone wants to put it in 480p or 280p or 780p or whatever crap. I need to buy another cell phone. This one here is having two problems. Like this cell phone here, it's having way too many problems right now. Like the screen flickers on my phone. When your phone screen starts flickering, yeah, you know you got problems. You know you got problems with your cell phone when the motherfucker starts, when your cell phone starts flickering. I wouldn't say, I mean, I can understand like your or something having like a flickering issue or something that can be fixed or whatever, but I mean, when your cell phone starts flickering, you know you got a problem. Like when I used to play on PlayStation and Xbox, it's not really a big issue. But when I use my phone to see chat or see whatever, like I see the like the phone isn't capable of keeping up with the, like when I move in the game, you see the pixels on my phone just all I don't know if that could be the phone issue or it needs to be upgraded. Whatever. I need to get like a I don't know. I don't know how you do those second screen. Second screen things where you go and you see chat on your second screen, and I want to be able to do that, but I don't know how do you do that, because my phone is just not keeping. I think my phone's stuck. Come on, girl, get out of the way. You're confusing the AIs. Shit. You got a big ass wide door. And you got 3 people going in and out at the same time. Look at these 2. That's a... Sheesh. Eight. 24 on that side, 24 on that side, 48 jars. Yeah, 48 jars. Do I have any? Let's see what my shit, I forgot about this. I forgot I planted those 2. Yeah, see my phone. My phone's just... Infinity. Damn. Well, we'll probably put it there. Oh. Well, it's got ID required and the weed almost cash. Got business hours and everything else too. Look at it, that's cool. I didn't even notice that. I forgot about these again. Ready? Pumpkin spice. Drop 10 at a time and just grow them that way, because I don't know if that stupid guy's gonna come in a lot. Empty the store or not. Then I have this candy. I think I can hold up to 5,000. Guess no hold or anywhere good. You need to buy those hardcore ones. Those hardcore ones last longer. Keeps away the mold, keeps away the... Oh geez, already. Oh geez, already gone. Seven seconds. K is back up. That's gonna go. Spinning real fast. Real fast. Minutes. Oh, that one's. Minutes on that one. In and out. $424 to go. Yeah, another 424 more to go. Get our goal for that. trying to keep up with all these plants. Things just going way too quick. As long as we don't have no mold issues, I think that's my biggest concern. Having mold issues. Yeah, that's my biggest that's my biggest concern is mold issue. Mold and those other things. You're supposed to build a vent system. Finally got rid of that toilet. Minute 30. Minute 4 on this. Those ones. Yeah, I'm doing 10 at a time because trying to do 25 to 30 plants at a time is just not gonna. Need 2 more jars to make 50 jars. I think that would put it up to 5,000. Oh. 21 seconds. Plans ready? The other one's 26% left. Seconds. 30 seconds for life is good, OG. 30 seconds. Less than a minute to do. It's at 175 on that one. Doesn't really produce. I think it's what, 6 grams each. Haze. 2 minutes on purple haze. Two minutes on purple haze. They're gonna buy up that White Widow Northern Lights cake before they start buying up all the other stuff. Drinking the water? Like 40 seconds left. Should have been already done. I gotta wait another freaking. Gotta wait a minute and 30 for that extra plat because I didn't put no water in this thing. I was watching the baseball game. This one produces 10 grams. Waiting on this. %19 left of that. Fucking got him. Don't talk to my goddamn customers, bitch. Fuck. Fucking bastard. Talks to my customers, you lose a customer. You lose a customer. Yeah, he talks to your customer, you lose a customer. Awesome bastard. Lost one customer. I've been sitting here since 11 o'clock playing this game. I've been sitting here since 11 o'clock playing this game. The World Series first game went off at 10. I started watching it at the beginning. I fell asleep around the second ending. There's the second ending. I fell asleep and then I woke up at the top of the fifth and I watched it from there. And then once it was over at 10 o'clock, I jumped on here. Waiting for game 2 to start. Or I think it is. Oh, game 2. Got 255 on it. 250. 255. You gonna sell to him or what the fuck you doing then, guy? Oh, they stuck. Come on, guy, get out of the store already, man. You fucking sticking the game up. Son of a bitch, dude. Hate it when it does that shit. Fucking characters get stuck in there and shit. And you're blocking the way of everybody buying. Get the fuck out, Diaper Dan. You gonna go or what? Shit. Come on, Diaper Dan. You take it forever, dog. Did you get your shit? What the fuck is going on, man? Really? What's going on with these two fucking morons? What are you doing, Shaq? Did he get his shit? Motherfuckers are pissing me off with your stupid fucking. Why I don't like growing when you got stupid fuck. Take a chance of getting mold. Take a chance with these idiots. What are you doing there, guy? Fucking moron. And he's just still standing there. Come on, dude. Get on out of here. Fucking clown. That's not the door, bitch. That's the door. fucking retard. Now sell this shit right, man. Stop fucking playing games. Fucking up my goddamn sales, man. Get your shit and get the fuck out. Fuck, dude. Yeah, get your shit and get the fuck out. Okay. 9%. Seven minutes. Almost definitely put water. It's dead. I don't know what the fuck is good. My phone, the pixels on it just fucking going stupid. Like the beads that are hanging in front of the door frame here. That's what it looks like when I move. Like when my character moves in the game, that's what it looks like. Like these beads. Exactly what it looks like. I probably finish playing, finish growing the rest of this stuff out, and I'll probably get off. Uh-oh. That didn't fuck. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, see, I can't even move. I can't even, like, looking at my phone. I don't know if it's doing that. I need to look. I need to look and if it's just my phone that's doing that, or I think what I'll probably do is once I'm done growing the stuff that I'm growing now, and I get to level 20. Hopefully we can get to level 20. What I'll probably do, I'll go look at YouTube on this video here and see if it's just my phone that's popping up like that, or it's the video itself. Oh, we got bust pot. They're all busting. They have fucking 4 minutes to grow. All these pots here are gonna bust. They was all start at the same time. Yeah, they all started at the same time. It was all 100%. And I grouped them. All these pots are good. Evidently, they got someone that's gonna be moving in next door to me. Got somebody that's gonna be next door to me about 2 weeks. So evidently they have people lined up to be moving into the apartment complex. I mean, it's good and all, but I mean, I think they need to fix the issues that are here now before they start moving people in and then finding out that they're gonna be getting evicted anyways. I think, in my opinion, when people do a background on someone, don't look at how much money that they make. Look at, in my opinion, they should look at you know, the issue, you know, do they have a drinking problem? Do they have a drug problem? Are they addicted to gambling? Are they addicted to drugs? Are they addicted to, you know, are they addicted to things that's going to cause them to, you know, act in ways that they should not be acting? You know, like, I mean, because you got people that are on housing or Section 8 or whatever. They seem to be okay people because they got money, or they got the money to pay for, you know, the rent and stuff. In my opinion, you know, they need to stop looking at people that have money in their pocket to be able to rent from the location, you know, in the apartment complex. What they need to do is they need to look into them as, you know, not just financial, but also, you know, do they have drug problems? You know, do they have gambling problems? Do they have issues of, you know, overspending their money, getting behind on their bills, getting behind on their car note, getting, you know, stuff like that? I mean, a lot of people don't look at that. You know, they don't look at that type of stuff. You know, they don't look at that type of stuff. Then they rent their apartment out to someone that is behind on their car note, or behind on their bills, or behind on this, or behind on that. Credit issues this, credit issues that. You know? fuck's going on here? Again? Like, this one just walked from here to over here, and this guy's still standing here. Come on, guys. You're done. Get out. Get out. Get out of the fucking store. Fucking store. Fuck out of the store. Fuck. You too, fuck ass. Oh, now you wanna leave? Come on, man. Like, I don't even see them giving them the bags. Supposed to walk out with bags in their hand. They're not walking out with bags in their hand. Hold on there, God. Let me stop you right there. Because evidently, motherfucking. Evidently, they got fucking. Still standing here, bitch. Come on, man. I ain't got. Fuck, whore. Stupid or something, whore? Are you done with this guy? Is he done? Son of a bitch, dude. This is the reason why they're getting stuck. You see the fucking AIs. This bitch is way over here. Come on, man. Why are you stopping? God, dude. Issues. This is the reason why I don't have two fucking people selling shit. Too much going on. And then they just stand there, dude. Like, they just stand there. Like, are you guys selling anything? You standing there, you're not. What the fuck, dude? Oh, finally he shows up a bag. Are you actually selling shit? Or are you fucking my business up? About to fire one of you fuck asses. I didn't start having this problem until I went live. Yeah, when I went live, that's when I started having this fucking problem. Yeah, when I went live on this game, that's when I started having problems. I didn't have the issues when I wasn't live. I've been sitting here since 11 o'clock. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. I didn't start having this fucking issue until I went live. Where the guys would come in and buy and they leave. Come in and leave. Come in and leave, you know? Like something's really wrong when you're live streaming this fucking game. Evidently. People are just getting stuck. People are just getting stuck. Yeah, they're just getting stuck. Coming in and getting stuck. Why there's something seriously wrong with the fucking thing, dude. Never seen anything. Never seen so much fucking. Like, did you not even make a sale? These guys are not even fucking selling anything, dude. Like, I see you do all your little bullshit hands and everything, and you, what the fuck are you selling? Come on, Shaq, get the fuck out, bitch! Motherfucker. If you ain't here to buy nothing, get the fuck out of my store, man. Piss me off with your bullshit. Fuck it. Standing around with the fucking thumb up their ass, dog. Come on, Shaq, get the fuck out, dog. Fuck you guys doing? Playing with yourselves, dog. Making no profit. Walking in, looking around, walking the fuck out. Come in and buy. You come in and stand around with your thumb up your ass. Fucker. I understand why the fucking Chinese people get the way they do when people come into their stores, man. I get what they mean. Hurry up and buy! Hurry up and buy! Dude, I don't feel bad. I see what they're talking about. Motherfuckers come in and just stand around with their thumb up their ass. They come in and stand around with their thumb up their ass. Then you look stupid. Then you look stupid as fuck. Like I should have been up to $7,000 right now. you got what, $17.94 on Pumpkin Spice, and you know they're not selling it. I had over 2,500 I think on Pumpkin Spice at one point. I don't know what's going on, man. I have no idea what's going on. We're gonna have to exit and come back in, because this is just, I don't know what the fuck it's doing. I don't know what the fuck it's. $923, $911. The other motherfucking one. $74 lagged on 74 on it, lagged. 5.6 on usage. CPU usage is 5.6. Come on, man. There's no fucking no way you could use CPU usage at that. Like, some of these games are getting to the point where you can't even fucking stream them no more, dude, because of the fucking bullshit that they have in these fucking games that's tearing up your CPU or your GPU or your internet or whatever. Like, I mean, some of these games are getting to the point where you can't stream on PC no more with them because of the fucking bullshit that they are causing your system to fucking lag, dude. Like, I mean, that's how bad some of these games are coming. Like, they make these games so fucking powerful that running benchmarks on them and this and showing this and this. Won't they show benchmarks of the game while you're live streaming? And I guarantee it'll show you a big fucking massive difference. It'll show you a massive fucking difference on it. Guarantee. Because some of these games is just, they can't handle the real shit on it, dude. Like, they can't handle the real proof of the game being streamed. Like OBS, I swear to God, between OBS and YouTube trying to go at the same time, because you have to run YouTube just to run OBS, and then it's having a massive lagging issues. You know what I mean? And then like when you're trying to run Twitch and OBS, massive issues. You know what I mean? Like massive fucking issues. Like when you're on console, it gives you a recommended graphics, recommended audio, recommended everything. You don't have to change none of that when you're on console. But when you're on PC, you got to figure out what is this, what is that, what is this, you know, what's going to work for you, what is your graphics card capable of, you know, and that becomes where it becomes a fucking problem and an issue. Like, what are you doing, bitch? What are you doing back there again, whore? What are you doing back there again, whore? Every time I turn around, this bitch has issues, bitch. Stay the fuck right there, whore. Stop fucking moving, bitch. Every time I turn around, this fucking cunt's always fucking stuck. Always stuck, dude. Can't figure out if she's coming or going, or she's fucking licking somebody's vagina or something, dude. Like, fuck. Figure out what the fuck you doing. What do you do? See? Told you 6,246. Major issues. Can't stream. Most of these games you can't stream anymore because of the bullshit. Yeah, because of the bullshit, dude. They put out these fucking graphics cards that like a 4090. What is it? 4090 IT going for like $300 and something, $400 and some dollars. Then you got graphics cards that are 4090 and they're trying to charge you over $2,000 something dollars. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, they should make the graphics cards be capable of running in PC system. Like, it's rendering the fuck out of people's PCs and shit. It's tearing shit up. Fuck. It's fucking doing. Nobody was even there, standing there buying anything from fat heifer. Yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, dude. I've been on this game since 11 o'clock. Like I said, once I'm done, once this one gets to level 20, then I'll probably just jump on. Because there's a race going on. Got NASCAR coming on today. NASCAR's on today and tomorrow, and then the baseball game 2's coming on. I think I have to check to see what the schedule is. NASCAR today and tomorrow. Today and tomorrow, because today's Saturday. Yeah, today's Saturday. Down in between these. I had one time when those doors got stuck stuck open. It was stuck open. I don't know. I think trying to run much stuff in this game is causing issues with the game itself. I don't understand why, but like they all want to buy the original stuff. They don't want to buy the pumpkin spice. You know, they don't want to buy all that. Thinking about putting a jar, one jar by this door, one jar by this door. Be 50 jars complete. Make a sale, get out. Make a sale and get out. Come on. No reason why anybody should be standing around. Five, six. I'm watching those numbers up there. Once they make a sale, that number should go up. Each time they make a sale, that number should go up. Money should go up, and the other ones. The weed indicator should go down. Now this dumbass bitch come in here looking sideways and shit. Bitch, you better pay attention to what you're doing. Fucking game's stuck again. Let that skinny broad push you around like that, fat boy. Yeah, at this rate, we're not gonna get to level 20. No, not at this rate. There goes 3 of them that just walks right by the store. Imagine if someone came into the store and grabbed a full jar of marijuana and just ran out of the store. Man, you know how much money that would be just for one jar. You're looking around probably a couple thousand. Couple thousand. Cause there's a weed dispenser here in the state of New Mexico that I recently contacted to and I went on their website to have medical marijuana mailed to me or delivered to me same day, and it's required. You have to spend over $35 to get a delivery. It's like Walmart. It's like Walmart. You know how they have those deliveries? You order your groceries. It has to be over $35. And then you have to pay for it to be delivered to you. Between $10 to $8, you know, $8 to $10 to get it delivered to you, and it has to be over $35. Okay, for me, I spend $8 a month to have $250 of groceries delivered to me. Like just a couple of days ago, I spent $130. $130. I got 26 items. 26 items for $130. That was delivered to me, plus on top of the delivery fee of $8. And then they turned around, you know what I mean? So I mean, like the weed company that I'm going through, they charge $35 to deliver to you. 30 it has to be over $35 for them to deliver it to you. And then everything that they sell is 1 gram. At 1 gram, they charging $40 for 1 gram. You know what I mean? And I seen the 1 grams that they're selling. Now you could put it in a blunt and break it down and roll it up, you know what I mean? And that blunt would probably, for me, I'd probably smoke that blunt completely about, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. Be good all day. Wouldn't need another one. You know what I mean? Until later on that night, because marijuana doesn't put me to sleep. Like marijuana doesn't put me to sleep. So and it doesn't make me hungry or anything like that. So marijuana is like, for me, uppers are downers and downers are uppers. So cocaine is a upper for most people. It's a downer for me. It's a downer for me. People walked in, walked out with me. Three people walked in, walked out. What the hell are they trying to? So they're wanting other stuff. They're not wanting anything that's being sold. You got UK cheese that's being sold. Come on, now they're just getting backed up. Yeah, now they're just getting backed up. Like, you got all that other shit to sell, dude. Really? You got all that other shit to sell. You ain't selling none of that. You ain't selling UK. You ain't selling the sour diesel, purple haze. You guys ain't selling none of that shit. What the fuck? So they want the other bullshit. Like I said, you're good with that bullshit again. Yeah, they selling crap that they don't want to buy. Like, I don't know if this new update is fucking shit up for everybody or not, but yeah, they're not wanting to buy none of that shit. They're not wanting to buy none of this new update. There's a bat. Something trying to avoid. No, we're not selling shit out the store. They're not wanting that crap. They're not wanting none of that shit. I'm not gonna make no fucking. They're selling. Get up. Yeah, at this point, I mean, I'm not making any money. Because they have all that shit that they could sell, but they're not selling it. Because they don't want that. Yeah, they don't want to buy that shit. They don't want to buy the pumpkin. They don't want to buy the UK. They don't want to buy none of that shit. And this is a new fucking update that they put out in the game that these motherfuckers don't want to buy. Yeah, they don't want to buy none of this shit. And everything that all these pumpkins that I'm currently smashing right now, all these pumpkins I'm currently smashing right now are giving me pumpkin spice. Is what it's giving me. Bitch ass bat. Bitch ass bat. Every time they have a new fucking update, and I believe in any video game. Every video game that they have these new fucking updates, you know, they put out, they don't really test, they don't really run, they don't really do anything with them to make sure that they're running properly. They throw it into the games for people to play. Then people get pissed off because of, you know, how it's being ran, because it's new. Become the fucking thing that I tried to avoid. Where is it at? It killed me. Fucking pumpkin. Yeah, it killed me. Yeah, it killed me. That's why you don't want to hit some of these pumpkins. Yeah, bitch, get out of here. I mean, if you can survive, but it's got like those things are, it's got claws. Yeah, it's got claws, so oh fuck! I'm standing right here in front of it. Hit the damn thing. Another one of those balls. Try to avoid some. At least talk to at least two of my fucking. Hey, he's in the store. Bitch ass motherfucker. Goddamn store with that whole ass shit. Punk bitch. I'll beat your ass before you even get out this motherfucker. Get out of my goddamn store. Get the fuck out, bitch. sleeping on a real update, bro. Oh yeah? Fucking loser. Come back to my store again and whip your fucking ass. Piece of filthy bitch. Fucking. Fuck you. Hey, where's this motherfucker? What are you doing back here, man? Fuck, eh? Yes, man. What you doing back here, guy? Oh fuck. Sell them the shit already and get the hell out. It's the same shit, buddy. We're stuck again, dude. Stuck again with the stupid dude. I think this new update fucked this game up some more. I think this new update fucked this game up. You don't smoke that shit? Get your fucking stuck up ass out of it. Yeah, pretty good. Came out with nothing again. Made $10,000, but the problem is. Diaper Dan used to be one of my #1 customers. Him and Shaq, look, here comes all 4 of them. All 4 of them going good. There you go. Was. Someone's trying what? Fucking Diaper Dan? Oh shit. No, 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 fuck. Diaper Dan, you fucking bitch motherfucker, you. Button. Fucking Diaper Dan. Hey, fucking Diaper Dan, hey. Dan. Hey. Ow! Give me that shit back, Diaper Dan. Don't you grab shit out of my goddamn store like that, ho. You got a real problem trying to steal shit out of my store, bitch. That's the first time I ever seen somebody try to steal something. That's the first time for everything, I guess. Desperate ass motherfucking diaper. What? Another one, dude, look. Ah, shit. That bitch is hauling ass, dog. That bitch is hauling ass. Hey, you fucking cunt, come back here. You don't steal my goddamn shit, bitch. That's 2 of these sons of bitches trying to steal my shit. Door. Why is empty? Oh, you fucking asshole. Fucking Diaper Dan ass bitch. Bitch, man. Remove them. Yeah, remove them. Yeah, remove them. They're still in them. Yeah, they're still in the fucking shit, man. Yeah, they're still in the bongs. Yeah, they're still in the fucking bongs. Yeah, they're still in the bong, so I'll just keep them. Yeah, I'll just keep them. I won't even put them on display because they wouldn't steal the bongs. And that's fucked up, dude. Both of them came in there and tried to steal two. Hyper Dan tried to steal 2 bongs, dude. And the other ones tried to get away with it too. I busted both of their asses. Look at they ain't try to steal a jar. Like I was saying, they stole a jar? Oh my god, dude, I'll be so fucking pissed off. I'll pick his body up and throw him in the fucking ocean. Pumpkin spice is actually being sold. Wow. It was what, 17 something? Now it's 16.91. Yeah, I think this update has just screwed up a lot of things. Did you even sell them anything? Come on there, guy. Out of the fucking store. You ain't gonna buy nothing. Get the fuck out. Why do they do that stupid shit, dude? Why do they come in the game? And why do they come in and do that? I think one of my buddies is, or that's the GT Live.
So they've gained 3/10 on the pit stops, and they'll also have gained a little bit more by keeping the quicker driver in for 1 extra lap. So Simon Gachet did a longer stint than did Fabian Schiller. So now Eric de Bard has got to get himself up into the groove, but Valentin Pierberg will be hunting him down.
But a good job by Kodos ASP to come back. A pit stop yesterday, which was not quite as quick as the one they've just executed, and given de Bard the benefit as Valentin Pierberg has now got the task of trying to run down the Team France Mercedes AMG GT3 entry as Pierberg goes on. But you can see the gap. I mean, the gap has been bigger than it was at any point in reality in the first phase of this race. So a big task for Pierberg. Maybe he can run down the France entry, but again, can he find a way around? 22 minutes of this race remaining. The gap is probably about 4 seconds or maybe a little over as they come into the chicane.
And then we'll see what the order is behind and who the risers and fallers are after the pit stops into this second stint. So the AM drivers then behind the wheels. Now there is the margin. You can see Eric de Bard with the clock ticking 4.7. It's coming down in between the sectors. So yes, Pierberg is catching. He's got 22 minutes and change to catch and pass, and that could be the harder bit.
And remember, this is France's outlap, where Pierberg's had the benefit of having his outlap and has got himself back in.
2022.
Back in the driving seat literally means that he's done his exploratory lap. Track conditions are different. Everything was different to how he found it last night. Remember, he started this race last night. Eric de Bard has just jumped into the race leading Mercedes, so he's just acclimatizing and using a lot of the racetrack in the process.
He is indeed, and I make the point again that he's not a regular GT3 racer. Valentin Pierberg is.
That's a good
so
racetrack.
Eric Debard comes up across the timing
Except for
line
one
with
corner that I don't
21
like,
minutes and
but-
change on the clock. Valentin Pierberg is behind him. It's France versus Germany. Same cars, different teams. And the gap between the pair of them now, then, with 21.5 minutes to go, is just under 5 seconds, 4.9.
That's actually extended in the favour of France, because there were 4.7 seconds when they came out of the chicane at the end of the middle of the scene. So, in fact, Eric Debard has done a very good job on that outlap indeed. And Ian Loggy likewise.
Yeah, because he's jumped ahead of Chinese Taipei. So the United Kingdom up into 5th at the expense of Chinese Taipei here. This is Ian Loggy in a car that he's really comfortable, really familiar with, and all the engineers operating it. He knows them, so very much at home here. And this year's British GT champion goes through now into 5th place. And this is how he did it, John.
Yes, down into Le Bouzet, the Ferrari high up, taking the high line. The Mercedes dives down, hugs the inside line, a bit like racing in an oval. Some drivers stay low and hug that low line. Ian Loggy did that and got the benefit and got the position.
Effort being made there by Puerto Rico up against Lithuania. No way through there. So Pio Venetti trying to get himself up past Navitskauskas. Couldn't do it. So Navitskauskas for Lithuania, keeping at bay, at least for the moment. Francesco Pio Venetti, Audi versus Ferrari. 7th and 8th they run. Lithuania just fending off Puerto Rico at the moment. So Imantas Navitskauskas for Lithuania comes here, down towards the Virage du Camp. And for Puerto Rico, Francesco Pio Venetti has fallen away a little bit compared to the pace of Victor Gomez earlier on.
But I do love the graphics on the Puerto Rican Ferrari. I mean, some of the graphics...
Those two they just left, those are
sort of, you might say the other bog standard, but that one, it just jumps out of the screen at you.
Yeah. As also, in fairness, as the Hong Kong China livery, whether it's on the GT car or a touring car, as we'll see over the weekend as well. Some great liveries put onto the cars to represent the colours of their nations. There is the Puerto Rican Ferrari, and Francesco Pio Venetti starting to drop away just a touch now with 20 minutes to go. 1/3 of the race remains.
So that's the view looking from scene down to the end of the Mistral Strait, which is just the Ukrainian Aston Martin going through.
1,774. We're at
There is Puerto Rico
1,627.
running in 9th position. So 9th, 8th, 7th, all within 3 and a bit seconds of one another, but getting on top of the Ukrainian, of the Lithuanian Audis are going to be a different task. And coming through the middle of the final section. Is it the screen, or is it everything looking more just maybe the way the light is shining around? It's almost like a haze is over the circuit in certain parts.
So the race leading cars accelerate on lap number 20 with the gap down to 4.2 seconds between France and Germany. And so Simon Cachet, having done his stint for Team France, can watch all of this now, but he's a nervous spectator. Let's interrupt him. He's with Gemma Scott in the pit lane.
So when you were pushing ever so hard, of course, you had to get that gap up. And since you've changed over now, the gap's reducing slightly with Eric behind the wheel.
Yeah, true. The car was really good to drive, honestly, since the beginning. We had only new set on the left part compared to Fabian. He had four tire new, so yeah, honestly, it was a good stint. Now we just need to see what Eric can do.
And just a quick word there on that pit stop window. You left that right to the end, right?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. My engineer told me 2 more laps, and I saw on the mirror Fabian box, so I was a bit confused, but let's see.
You got it in by 6 seconds, so it was very well calculated.
Yeah, so congrats for him.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Well, the race officials are having a look at that pit stop. They're also looking at Lithuania's, but we know why that is. It's because it's under the 69 seconds. But I think the officials want to make sure that he was at the pit entry line, not just the timing loop, at the given time.
Oh, nothing goes undiscovered, does it? I mean, it's every potential infraction of regulations is going to be investigated, as we see the 1st and 2nd place Mercedes AMG GT3s make their way into turns 1 and 2, and the German entry, well, certainly looking at Valentin Pierberg, leaving nothing on the table. The gap's down to 3.3 seconds, so he is on a charge, And he's taken on that last lap, you can see over the last 3 laps, a second on lap 18.7 of a second, lap 19, 0.8 of a second. So he's taken significantly more than half a second, probably 3/4 of a second a lap consistently over those last 3 laps. So Pierberg is on a charge.
He is, but he's not there yet. The gap, as you say, is certainly coming down. Now, what's happening behind? For Poland, Marcin Jedlinski is running 3rd. Then you've got Switzerland 4th, Dexter Muller, who is dropping back. But Ian Loggy is quicker than the 2 ahead of him. In fact, Ian Loggy is quicker than everybody apart from Valentin Pierberg. So the United Kingdom entry is certainly good for 1 more place before the very end of the race. Whether it can catch up to Poland, I rather doubt. But Ian Loggy, 5th for UK, should be 4th by the end of the race.
All things being equal, Ian Loggy will catch well before the end of the race, and of course catching a normal story, finding a way around is another deal, but he is certainly running a very quick pace right now, and 4th place will be within his grasp with, what, 15 and a bit minutes of the race remaining.
So Germany using all of the racetrack there. Valentin Pierberg accelerates through. And there is that gap between Switzerland and United Kingdom that's come right down. Ian Loggy quicker, hunting down Switzerland. And the change is on here for 4th place, isn't it?
They took 2.1 seconds out of the Swiss entry on lap 20. That's a massive amount of time. Now, whether that was somebody because he's that much quicker or whether the Swiss entry made a little error and that's where the time lost. But catching coming up into scene, this is the view from on board the United Kingdom entry all the way around. The quickest corner on the racetrack closes even, going into Le Bousset, runs now slightly the higher line,
on that racetrack there is
got past the Ferrari, went down low. The pace of the Swiss entry is going to control what Ian Loggy is capable of doing. And you can catch, we know this is from time immemorial
out of the pits
with these GT3 cars. You can catch where you're going to find a way past. Well, the thing that Ian Loggy will want to do is he's brought that momentum to the table and has caught the Swiss entry. He doesn't want to get stalled out and have his pace determined by the Swiss car. Drives up the inside. It's a big getting it away with it. Was there contact?
Oh, yeah, he bumped him.
I think there might have been a very light contact on the right rear for the Swiss entry, but Ian Loggy, the Scottish driver, used all that personality and character, hip and shouldered his way through.
Absolutely. British GT champion Ian Loggy for the UK goes through. Scotsman by birth, Cheshire resident these days, Ian Loggy, and he's gone by then for the United Kingdom up into 4th place. And drama there for Brazil, back on the track, but still in strife.
Well, where abouts was that? I'm just trying to work out because
that's a yellow flag.
I think that might have been coming off scene. I think he must have spun on the exit of scene.
And you don't have a small spin there. That's a proper Code Brown moment. Right, so
Adalberto
Baptista, who's 14 laps down, but they're using this as a test session. He's back in the race. Ian Loggy for UK, storming away from Switzerland now. Dexter Muller behind him, falling back a little bit. And the Le Mans Cup GT3 racer and Pro-Am racer from the International GT Open Championship falling away. But this is how he lost the place to a very robust Ian Loggy.
Yeah, there's a late move down the inside into Virage Dupont. There you can see the angle now. He cuts from left, launches it down the inside. I don't think the Swiss entry expected to have that overtake. And there was contact. Maybe you'd call that a racing incident.
He was not playing with it.
So I don't think there's anything untoward, but certainly Ian Loggy, a man on a mission, dives down the inside. There's the contact.
Yeah.
So whether that will be determined to be an overtake that was unfair, I don't know. That's up to the race director and the stewards to determine.
Well, certainly Ian Loggy has got the pace, as we have been saying, because he's gone storming away. There, Eric Devard still leads. Now, yes, that gap is coming down, but Valentin Pierberg has not got there yet. And again, we come to the balance of performance. It is going to be really interesting to see when Pierberg catches, if at all, how easily he can get past, because the cars are going to run at a very similar pace. Catching in a GT3 car is one thing, overtaking is a completely different kettle of fish.
I remember what Simon Gachet said, there's the Brazil Mercedes in the pit. Simon Gachet said we had 2 new sets of tyres on the left side, whereas the German entry had 4 new tyres. That may ultimately become, with 12 minutes remaining, the determining factor. It may just be that the German Mercedes entry has got that little bit more bite, albeit we're now sort of, 50-odd seconds into this race.
I'll come back to tyres in a moment just to make a point about them. First, let's just catch up with the Brazilian spin, and Alberto Baptista loses it. Well, that set of tyres can go in the bin because they are going to be like 50p coins.
Well, I was going to say a threepenny bit. They'll be flat spotted. There is the car in the pit lane. There's a spare tyre being brought up to the left rear of the car. The left rear would be the tyre that was the one that lost adhesion, so that's the one that's going to suffer most. But I think probably all four will be pretty much
country's name on
Absolutely.
the car.
Now, just to make the point about tyres, you get 5 sets
on that
for the
BMW.
weekend, so it makes sense if you can use half a set in these qualifying races and keep a fresh full set for the main race where the medals are, because that's the real purpose of the weekend.
Down to the cords. And that tyre is, well, that's a souvenir for somebody. I hope somebody around the racetrack might walk away with that as a souvenir of a weekend here at the FIA World Motorsport Games. I think, what a great weekend I've had. And look at the souvenir I've got.
Can't do much else with it apart from make a coffee table. Leaders over the line. France still leads. Germany second. But you put them on a full, fresh set of tyres in the main race, and it could be a very different story. So now Eric Debard on only 2 new tyres has got to try and work this car very hard indeed. Yesterday, in the race that took us into the darkness, they did 29 laps. They are on lap 24 now, so 29 is your target for Lappery, and the gap is down to 1.4 seconds. Pierberg is, for Germany, nearly up with France for the lead.
And I think you can see on screen how much is taken out of the car. Lap 23, 8/10 of a second. I mean, when you're leading the race, Eric Debard driving wheel perfectly, doing the maximum he's got with the equipment he has, and all of a sudden the German entry just running you down mercilessly.
AMG and BMWs are in that one.
Eric Debard knows how to defend us there. Through goes Spain ahead of Hong Kong, China. So Fernando Navarrete gets ahead of Paul for 10th place, and having secured the position, he's going to be able to accelerate away. Mercedes ahead of Honda, Spain ahead of Hong Kong, China now. Fernando Navarrete was really racing yesterday in the first stint. We're seeing it from him again here in the second stint right now. And this is Paul Ip's view as he starts to fall away. These cars a couple of seconds on the last lap slower than the race leaders, but of course the likes of Paul Ip has done hardly any racing miles around Paul Ricard, whereas the likes of an Eric Debard, Simon Gachet, a Fabian Schiller, a Valentin Pierberg, they've done a whole lot more in their careers.
There's the lead gap, and you can see visually it's down to, well, it was 1.4 seconds coming across the line. It is now under 1 second, and the momentum clearly with Valentin Pierberg. He's decided to get on the old headlamp flasher and give Eric Debard a bit of a hurry up, and well, same old story. Catch
so nearly there.
Where you can catch, but where you can overtake.
Yeah, he's nearly with him, isn't he? Now Valentin Pierberg. So France versus Germany. The gap is coming down and down and down and down and down. Pierberg doesn't have to win this race necessarily because the medals come in that main race, but he's a racer. Of course he wants to win. Comes out of the Virage du Pont, now back onto the power. Accelerates on this long drag past the pits. France versus Germany. There is certainly less than a second in it as they break the beam. They now go down towards the first corner with the margin 0.4 of a second. Is this the lap on which Germany makes its bid for race leadership?
Well, Pierberg would like to think it will be. I don't know whereabouts on the racetrack he thinks he's going to find a way past, but coming down into the chicane, he's on the headlamp flasher again, trying to distract Eric Debard. Probably, well, you can see again, 0.1 of a second here, a second on the last lap. That's a bunch of time. Now, almost into the back of the France Mercedes as they come through turn 5 into turn 6. So he is going to be lining up the France entry, not here, but into the chicane. That will be his first significant opportunity to find a way to take the lead of this race. Eric Debard may well go defensive and go more towards the middle of the racetrack to deny that. Oh, what have I said? Did I predict it or did I predict it?
Like you've been here before. Down they come towards the chicane. France ahead of Germany, closing up a little bit, maybe under braking. Valentin Pierberg applying the pressure all the time. He's got time on his side, and there's a little error out of France. Eric Debard gets down the power and the back wags. Germany on the prowl now. Pierberg lines up to have a go maybe on the inside at senior. Eric Debard feeling the pressure, and surely he can't resist for 7.5 more minutes.
He will try it into Le Bousset. That's the long right-hand corner, the semi-bank corner. Here he goes. Pass is made on the exit of scene. So clean and easy pass, ultimately, for Valentin Pierberg. I thought he might have been trying to do it into Le Bousset, but he didn't need to bother. The France Mercedes ran wide on the exit of scene, And that was a gift, Valentin Pierberg, for the Team Germany entry.
Applause from the team in the pit box. A drive-through penalty for Lithuania for not serving the 5-second time penalty in the pit stop. So it is Aimantis Navikauskas who is being given the penalty as Valentin Pierberg for Germany leads the way. Germany, a nation represented across many of the disciplines and accelerating now, looking for a second on-track win of the weekend ahead of France. Yesterday, the winning margin was 22 seconds. It's going to be a lot less than that, but as they break the beam this time and go through, Eric Debar hustles on in pursuit of Valentin Pierberg. So, we're on lap 26 out of a projected 29. Germany looking good for the race win, and Fabian Schiller already in civvies says, well, I've done my work for this race at least. And now we're in the lead.
Well, the decision by SPS Automotive Performance to put 4 new tires on the Team Germany entry has been justified. If you want to worry about winning or not winning, coming second or winning, that's the reason why. It's basically about the level of grip one of the 2 Mercedes AMG GT3s had over the other.
And it's going to give them 1 point for race 1, 1 point for race 2, and therefore pole position ahead of France on the front row of the grid. So it sets them up very nicely into that main race, where one would anticipate it will be the AMs that will go first. So it'll be a sort of mirror of yesterday's first qualifying race. You're on board with Eric Debar, having to settle the second place on this lap 26 now up the Mistral straight. There, still charging along, is Ian Loggy, the United Kingdom. Now he's 12.7 seconds back from Marcin Jedlinski. 5.5 minutes remain. He's 3 seconds a lap quicker. He's not going to get there in time, but it's going to be close, isn't it, for third place? He's absolutely on a mission.
I mean, 3 seconds out of that position charge. I mean, where do you find 3 seconds? There's the car he's trying to catch, the 777 Team Poland Audi entry, but it's at 12.7 seconds. Well, 5 minutes remaining. He can maybe, at best, have that gap, but he ain't going to close it down. There is Ian Loggy, who's driven a really, really good stint indeed. There is the third place Polish Audi on the exit of the chicane. You can just see the United Kingdom Mercedes enter the chicane. So the gap, when they came across the line, 12.7 seconds. He'll get it down to somewhere right 7 or 8 seconds, I suspect, at the point when the checkered flag comes out.
So there is Ian Loggy. Then the car behind is the many laps down Brazil entry of Adalberto Baptista. So
the spinning Brazil entry.
Exactly. It's 16 laps adrift, so he is still circulating. Mileage is important. That's why they need that car on the track for as long as possible. Leaders go through, 1.3 seconds between the pair, and now Ian Loggy chasing Marcin Jedlinski, who did a 2 minutes 10.3 last time. Ian Loggy did a 2 minutes 7.2, and the cars accelerating their way up towards the completion of lap 26. But Ian Loggy for the podium, it's possibly just out of reach, but it won't be too much of a gap, as I say.
Well, it was 12.7 seconds. I suspect it's going to be somewhere maybe into single figures, but certainly around about 10 seconds. The pace that we're seeing Ian Loggy deliver for the United Kingdom entry has been very, very impressive indeed. So comes across start finish line now. There it is. And what is the gap? Well, it looks like it's extended up to 13 seconds. So we were picking up the performance by Ian Loggy, but didn't deliver on that last lap.
Yeah, that time Marcin Jedlinski responded and was quicker. So he is pulled away. Now, what about the Yevgen Sokolovsky Ukraine entry? That's catching Chinese Taipei for 6th place. This is on, because with 3.5 minutes to go, that gap has come down from 2.9 seconds to 11 tenths. So Ukraine for the top 6. This is on.
With this lap and one more to go, Aston, remember, has got really good straight line performance. So with there are 3 relatively long straights here on this Paul Ricard Grand Prix circuit. The loop that we're using is including the chicane. So if Ukraine can just use the strengths that they've got and try and run the Ferrari down on one of the quicker parts of the racetrack, they've got a realistic chance of gaining another position.
Battle on here, Puerto Rico versus Spain as well. It's all coming together. Late race, isn't it? Puerto Rico's Francesco Piovanetti, Fernando Navarrete for Spain. Absolutely nose to tail. This is for 8th place, so we've got a change imminent for 6th, another one for 8th. They both got up past Aimantis Navikauskas of Lithuania, and Spain for another position before the end. Should be possible.
I think it's going to be done maybe on the entry into the chicane. The Puerto Rico Ferrari does not have to wander around the racetrack to defend. It's under brakes, whether the Spanish entered Mercedes does what it's got. Just simply had a little bit more bike grip under braking And in fact, that was an easy overtake. Puerto Rico didn't offer a lot of resistance. They realized the pace at which they were being caught. It was inevitable. And we've got just 2 minutes of this race to go.
Absolutely, it's flown by, hasn't it? So here, with one change, we've just seen the 8th place. The 6th place change has not yet happened. So Yevgen Sokolovsky is right there on the back of Evan Chen. So the Chinese Taipei Ferrari has fallen back a little bit in this second stint. The Ukraine Aston Martin hustling on, and Sokolovsky thinks about making a dive up on the inside, but he's not quite able to do it there.
No, it's just a question of, that's a typical part of the racetrack. If you put yourself up the inside, then you're wrong-footed for the exit of the corner. So here now, get yourself into line, get close to the rear of the Ferrari. Don't dive down the inside unless you've got a gap, and there's a closing gap, and again the inevitable happens. The Ferrari had no idea that the Ukrainian Aston Martin was down the inside. In fact, it was a clean overtake. Just simply the Puerto Rican Ferrari did not know the Ukrainian Aston Martin was there.
And it's also going to lose another place. Look, Puerto Rico, sorry, Chinese Taipei, I should say, because Spain will go through as well. So Spain up to 7th. So Chinese Taipei 8th now. Contact and time lost all going against them. The race leader is on lap 28. We've got less than a minute left in the race. And Chinese Taipei then on the back foot, really, now as a legacy of the incidents. Here's the replay, John.
Yes, you can see the Aston lines itself up. Then it gets a clean run down the inside. It is fair and square alongside the Ferrari, and just the Ferrari did not know the Aston Martin was there. Turned in, and all of a sudden the collision occurred.
Lead gap come down. Half a minute to go, one more lap, so we are going to get to my magic number of 29. But Eric de Baard is coming back at Valentin Pierberg here. This isn't done yet, is it?
Looked like it was a done deal about 3 laps ago when the overtake took place.
That's the one they're
now
looking for,
Eric de Baard has come back on his last lap. Well, they were within 1/10 of a second of lap time on that final lap, but Eric de Baard has found momentum. There you can see over the last 3 laps he picked up over not 6/10 of a second on lap 27, 3/10 of a second on lap. The last 2 laps, the French entry has been significantly quicker than the lead German entry. Now, I don't know why.
53.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because certainly Eric de Baard now is giving Valentin Pierberg a tough time of it. The two of them run together. But yeah, you would have anticipated on the evidence of yesterday that Valentin would have been able to get away. And maybe on this lap, he is a little bit quicker. He certainly pulled out another 2/10 in the first sector, and that margin stretches again. Look, going on to the Mistral.
Difficult sometimes to understand why somebody, a car, lead car or a pursuing car. Look here, Spain closing now on the Ukraine, and this has got the momentum behind the Spanish entry. Again, down to the part of the circuit where the Aston made that overtake one lap ago, and all wandering around all over the racetrack. Watch for the undercut from Spain. They're going to gain the advantage on the acceleration of the final turn onto start-finish straight. But the Aston, that we know has got good straight-line performance, cannot hold the Spanish Mercedes-Benz to bay. It is going to do that. So they're side-by-side, down start-finish straight, and the Aston Martin, no, they've backed out of it and given that position away to Spain.
So Fernando Navarrete goes 6th, Yevgen Sokolovsky down to 7th. It is Spain ahead of Ukraine. We're on the last lap. Here are the leaders heading to the checkered flag. It's been another cracking race, hasn't it, with so much going on. But Germany will prevail once more in the GT Cup. There's the GT Sprint tomorrow, different driver, but the same GT3 principle for GT cars. But right now, with the main race to come this afternoon, it is 2-0 as far as Germany is concerned over France, because Germany will win both qualifying races. Fabian Schiller, Valentin Pierberg for Germany out of the last corner, checkered flag at the ready, and it is 2 wins in the 2 qualifying races for Germany in the FIA Motorsport Games within the GT Cup. Applause at SPS Automotive Performance for Valentin Pierberg and Fabian Schiller. There he is. They win qualifying race 2. France 2nd, Eric de Baard and Simon Gachet. And 3rd is going to be this rather distant Audi, but it's been a good effort by Poland. One better than in Q Race 1. So a 4th and a 3rd for the Polish Audi, with Ian Loggy having fallen away towards the end because the gap was up to 10 seconds again last time. Coming up towards the timing line, there is the Audi. You can see the Mercedes in the background. So Poland 3rd, Marcin Jedlinski and Karol Bash. 4th, Sam Neary and Ian Loggy for United Kingdom. There, coming over the line, is the Mercedes.
Clawed back a little bit of time. It finished 18 points.
Thanks, buddy.
Of 1 second behind the 3rd place Audi of the Polish team.
We're close.
But what it says to me is what an emphatic domination from the different entrants for the France and Germany, but with the common Mercedes AMG GT3. Those Mercedes, just right now,
she keeps coming in,
even in Spain, the pace they've had.
So she wants
so there,
OG
coming up towards the line is going to be Spain for 6th, Switzerland 5th, by the way. Dexter Müller has brought the car over the line. Fernando Navarrete,
they're going to buy that OG
car that was a lap down yesterday, well in the mix at the end, but when you put the 5-second penalty on for track limit abuses, it drops to 7th. So Yevgen Solokovsky for Ukraine does retake 6th. Navarrete for Spain 7th. Chinese Taipei's Evan and Max Chen 8th, 9th is Puerto Rico, and 10th Hong Kong, China. Fabian Schiller wins for Germany with Valentin Pierberg, and Fabian Schiller is able to have a word with Gemma Scott while Valentin Pierberg brings the car in.
Fabian, you can get that first place hat on there. That's another fantastic result and sets up a really nice start for the medal race later on.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we had 2 good qualifying races with a win yesterday, a win today. So, yeah, all set for this afternoon.
And, of course, very proud to be representing your country and on fine form.
Of course, yeah, it's great to represent Germany here. It's a great event. It's huge. And we had great fun so far. Valentin did the work so far, so for me it was pretty easy. Yesterday he did an amazing job. Today he did the pass for P1. So, yeah, all set for this afternoon, and we are very excited.
Thank you very much. Well done again.
Thank you very much.
So 2 wins for Fabian Schiller and for Valentin Pierberg for Germany. That will give them pole position for the main race, and it's the main race that the medals come from later on this afternoon, and that is going to be on track at around about 2 o'clock local time here at Le Castellet. Germany, France, Poland 1, 2, 3, United Kingdom 4. There is the German entry making its way back to the technical area in the pit lane, and the drivers then get themselves set for the main race later on. Germany wins the GT Cup qualifying race 2 from France. The gap having gone right up to 6 seconds on that last lap, with in 3rd place Poland, 4th United Kingdom, and 5th Switzerland. Ukraine 6th ahead of a penalised Spain. 8th Chinese Taipei from Puerto Rico, and then Hong Kong, China 10th. Lithuania 11th, Brazil 12 many laps down, and Australia only doing really 1 lap to get back into the pit lane after damage on the first lap. Valentin Pierberg and Fabian Schiller, the drivers for Germany. For France, Eric Debar and Simon Gachet, and representing Poland, Marcin Jedlinski and Karol Basch. United Kingdom's 4th, courtesy of Ian Loggy and Sam Neary. Switzerland's Dexter Müller and Yannick Meffler 5th, and there'll be a lot of support for Yevgen Solokovsky and Ivan Peklin, who take 6th for
if I get $10,000,
the points scored across those 2 races will be added together to give us a grid for the GT Cup main race, and that will be the race from which the medals come later on in the day, and different drivers and cars for the GT Sprint tomorrow, which is another race really well worth looking forward to. But great action up and down the field in GT Cup, and there'll be more of the same in the main race later today.
Well, that was our final qualifying race for GT Cup, and the grid has now been decided. Darren, that just showed how much it means to them.
Yeah, it does. It was a great race to watch, really fun. Again, we went on yesterday's results. You could see that Germany had a great advantage in yesterday's race. But you knew after the pit stop that France really closed in, and it was like, okay, what's going to happen today? They're on the front row of the grid, and France looked strong. And it was only in that last sort of sector of the race when Pierberg came back for Germany and did a great job to get into the lead and set them up for the main race later on this afternoon. So it's going to be between those 2, but let's see how feisty they get in the main race. And
you did also call it with Poland.
Yeah, again they've had a superb race, coming again in that sort of top 4 or 5 of the result there. So that was superb for those, and the UK team, they came through strong as well. There was a great battle between Neary and who was the gentleman, Peklin, earlier on for the Ukraine team. That was really good before the pit stops, but then Ian Loggy had a superb second stint and managed to bring the car back up there. So you've got like 2 leading groups there. You've got the France and Germany, and then you've got Poland and the UK. So I think between the top 4, it's going to be those guys are on the podium, but let's see how it all plays out.
And unfortunate for Brazil. I mean, we spoke about drifting earlier. They were drifting on that track.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously got into a bit of a argy-bargy in the first part of the race, came in, repaired the car, got the car back out, and then a huge moment for Brazil into scenes, and yeah, I'm sure it's up by where the drifters are going on at the moment, so everyone would have been confused where the smoke was coming. Was it coming from the drifting circuit, or was it coming from the GT Cup race? But yeah, down to the canvas. I'm sure they've got another set for the main race. I think everyone would have probably kept one new set for the main race coming up later today.
Yeah, 2 o'clock is when the main race is happening, so if you're a GT Cup fan and it looks like it's going to be a good one, it's 2 o'clock that we will have coverage of that race. Now, we've got touring cars next, haven't we? Obviously, it's a lot shorter race or sessions, but tell us the difference between the two disciplines, between the GTs and touring.
Yeah, so GT, I mean, they're still quite short races for GT racing. You know, it's a 60-minute race when, you know, you can have up to a 24-hour race. But touring cars are always short and sweet and feisty. So that's what we should expect really from today's, well, not the practice session. You know, the guys are going to be trying to dial the cars in, ready for qualifying later on this afternoon. But the best part about touring car racing, you know, you're going to see action, and it's all going to be, you know, pretty aggressive from the word go when they do get into the racing. The big difference, obviously, a GT car, huge horsepower, 500 plus horsepower, generally mid-engine, but there's a couple of front-engine cars out there with the Ferrari, with the Aston Martin, where the touring cars, front-wheel drive, less horsepower, a different type of driving style altogether. But yeah, I'm a big fan of watching touring car racing, just because you know you're going to have some excitement on the circuit and some sort of fisticuffs out there.
Well, we know Tom Coronel is racing for Team Netherlands, and I'm sure it was him that used to have rubbing his racing on his car, was it?
Yeah, he had something on the back of there, like, or go hard, go home, go home. But he definitely had something on the back of his car that was Tom sort of saying for the race weekend. But you know, you look at the drivers in touring cars, their skill set of managing a front-wheel drive car is really tricky. Dealing with that, and then the proximity of the racing. GT racing is you're thinking about the car, you're thinking about how you're going to get the car to the end. So when you make a move, you generally always have that little bit of consideration about not having the damage. Where the touring car drivers are, they're full bore. They're going in. They're going to go in hard and make the move. But that said, Paul Ricard is quite unique. That last turn, it's a great place for an overtake.
Right.
But you have to have the understanding from the guy that you're overtaking that they're gonna see you, and because of the way that you come around the penultimate corner through the left, quite easy for the person behind to make, you know, to feel that the move is obvious, but the person in front is often sort of looking for that final sort of apex and turning in, and you can really surprise them. And we've seen that in the GT racing, where there's been a little bit of contact in that last corner, where the touring car guys, I think they will overtake anywhere and everywhere.
Well, we've got 18 nations in touring car this weekend, and they're getting ready to take part in their free practice 2 session, which will be heading out on the circuit in not too long. So it's going to be a good one to watch, this free practice. They've got qualifying later, but for now it's FP2.
Damn it. 8 minutes
Here at Paul
left.
Ricard, we are ready for free practice 2 for the Touring Car Cup at the 2022 FIA Motorsport Games. It's 30 minutes. It doesn't affect the grid. It does give the drivers a chance to get used to the circuit, which for many of them is new. Not everybody, of course. Some have got quite a bit of experience, like Teddy Claret, who's representing France, like Gio Magnus, who is representing Belgium, Jack Young, although he's a Northern Irishman, he's representing Ireland, and he's been a race winner here in the International Clio Grand Prix Sport race a few years ago. And the likes of Tom Coronel, who seems to know everywhere. There are others like Chris Smiley, representing United Kingdom, that doesn't know the circuit at all. So this is a step into the unknown for him. The pit lane emptying, and yesterday in free practice 1, it was Gio Magnus for Belgium who was the fastest, 2 minutes 13 in his Audi RS3. All of these cars run to the international TCR regulation. And so, unlike, for example, F4, this is a similar concept to what we had in GT3, as in there are different brands available. So you've got the likes of Audi, you've got Cupra, you've got Honda, and Peugeot all on this grid. 18 nations represented, and a real mix of drivers as well. And this is going to be fascinating, John Watson.
And of course, they're all front-wheel drive. An anathema to me, a racing car I've always felt should have a rear-wheel drive, but the nature of touring cars across the world has all gone in favour. And I know there are some rear-wheel drive touring cars, but the predominance of the formula is all about front-wheel drive touring cars, and they are entertaining.
Oh, absolutely. And
with a capital E.
Indeed. And this, I think, is going to be absolutely the same when we get to racing. We've got free practice 2, we've got qualifying to get through first of all, but it gives us a chance to see some of the different drivers representing their nations. You're looking at Norway's Didrik Esbjerg here. He's 10th in this year's Scandinavian TCR Championship. His father, Kim Esbjerg, former Scandinavian Touring Car Championship independent winner, and he has been a junior class winner within the Scandinavian Championship this season past. We'll have a look at lap times in due course, but as I say, for a number of the drivers, there's quite a bit of track learning to go on here.
Well, we had a free practice session here yesterday, and it was Gilles Magnussen, the Belgium entered Audi, who was quickest in a 2 minutes 13.1, followed by the Republic of Ireland entry. Is it Jack Young? It is Jack Young. And in his Honda Civic KR7. The titles for these cars just longer and longer. There's the Audi hop, skipping and jumping over curbing. And
Sweden's Andreas Backman off the road.
Yeah, just backed out of it as a consequence.
Yeah. Not entirely sure what he was doing there, but the Audi RS3 off the road. Let's have a look. Massive
actually locked up the front wheels. Easily done on a front-wheel drive touring car. I've done it when I was having a drive in a Nissan Primera back in the good old days of BTCC.
Yeah, now we ought to make this point, because although you might perceive Watty as a Grand Prix hero, as a GT broadcaster, he is of course a former voice of the British Touring Car Championship. So John, for this we are entirely in your hands.
I leave it to you, David. You're the incumbent these days, and even though you haven't got your sidekick there to keep you on the straight and narrow, I will bow to your greater touring car or saloon car, I would call it, knowledge.
Yes, because if you go back into the mist of time, it was the British Saloon Car Championship. Touring Car was a title that gained traction in Europe and was then brought into the British scene. But TCR, Touring Car Racing, has been an absolutely phenomenal success all around the globe. There are championships these days that have bought into Marcello Lotti's concept of the regulations. And there, going a little bit wide, is Teddy Claret. Now, this is the man that is potentially going to go fastest. Teddy Claret yesterday, however, was only 7th in the times, but the Frenchman in the Peugeot knows his way around here very, very well. He was racing here a couple of weeks ago. TCR integrated into the French Tourism Championship, not exclusively, but it is within that championship. There is a class for those cars.
And Peugeot as a brand has always been an excellent touring car product. And Claret, as we see, fastest Sector 1, personal best Sector 2, waiting to see what we're going to get in terms of a fast lap, a 2:14.6, which is about half a second away from the best that we saw last evening from Gilles Magnussen, the Team Belgium Audi entry. There's a gap between, well, Gilles Magnussen has actually gone second quickest, just 0.3 of a second behind. Magnus has gone quickest. The time you're scoring, I think the Claret's time has been deleted because it is now Magnus who's been accredited. But look at this, 3 purples. Oh dear me, and that's going to see a big, big gain. So 26, and that is the Spanish entry. Gomez just to come in a Cupra Leon. So that's significant. 2:13.5, getting very close indeed to those times we saw from Friday afternoon.
Right, there is 62 Jack Young, and this is Tom Coronel, who in a sense ought to be the favourite here, but as we discussed at Vallelunga back in 2019 at the FIA Motorsport Games, he didn't really deliver then because all these young guns came along and took a pop at him.
Well, he's my generation, sort of. But he's evergreen, he's effervescent, he just is an enthusiast. And I don't know what it is about Dutch racing drivers, but they're just such an ebullient race of enthusiasts and an enthusiasm for their motorsport. Even Jan Lammers
Yes.
still thinks he's a racing driver.
Well, indeed. Tom and his brother Tim, both racers. Their father was a racer, and I know I've bored you with this story in the past, but we'll get it out of the way now. They are Tim Alpha and Tom Romeo Coronel, because Dad was a big Alfa Romeo enthusiast, and he named the sons accordingly.
I think that just sums up my comments. It's almost like a friend and a contemporary of ours who named one of his sons Enzo, and I think the other one might have been Emerson, I'm not sure. Yeah. And when you know their surname, you'd think those poor kids must have been beaten up at school, something rotten.
I know what you mean. You're looking here at Isidro Callejas, the 18-year-old Spaniard. He is the TCR Spain Championship leader right now, and is going to go up to the top of the times, I would offer you, at the end of this lap, because Callejas here has done an absolute best and a personal best, and so as he comes down towards the Virage du Pont, let's see what he can offer out of this. A 2:14 from Gilles Magnus is currently the best, a 2:13.1 in FP1 yesterday, the absolute best, and Callejas Gomez then, Isidro Callejas up towards the timing line to break the beam on a 2:13.502, goes fastest.
Yes, and that time hopefully will stand. The previous lap he did, I think, had been deleted. We didn't get a notification of that, but I think it had been deleted. So the Spanish entry is quickest of all right now, and an appropriate Spanish car. Well, it's a VW ID brand, but it's a Cupra Leon Competizione TCR.
I think we're going to run out of room.
Cracking little car. I used to rent this when I was going over to Ireland fishing. Oh, right. They were the best little hot rod you could ever have for Irish roads.
Now, Tom Coronel has arrived in the pit lane to have a conversation with the team, so that'll be a long stop, the loquacious Dutchman. And the car returned to the ComTU Racing mechanics, and a new set of the
I think it was
Pirelli
65
tyres getting ready to go. Pirelli is a car not always used in TCR, so for many of them they're learning about a new rubber compound here.
You might think that's not a big issue, but in fact the construction and the philosophy of one tyre brand or another can affect your car's setup, handling, pretty significantly.
It gets to water, because it's going to be done in 30 seconds.
So a very experienced driver, of course, Tom
30
Coronel,
seconds.
Single-seaters
All
to
these about to be done.
Touring cars, GT cars on the way. Go back to the early 1990s. He was the Dutch Citroën AX Cup champion. He went out to win the Japanese Formula 3 championship. He won the F3 Masters at Zandvoort, Formula Nippon, you name it. He's been there, he's done it. Rafa Reis for Brazil sets off down the pit lane with his Cupra.
The Swedish entry backman in that Audi again, Jan Andreas Wilhelm Bachmann. So they're within 0.6 of a second of the time set by the Spanish entry. So not too many purples appearing in our timing and scoring in any of the sectors as we are speaking. So they've all gone out and done a run. Coming in, we've got 20 minutes of the session remaining. There's one of the snappers around the circuit. Looking appropriate with his
17.
Where are the corks? Should be some corks hanging from that hat.
Talk about liveries at this event. This is the Team Hong Kong China entry. How about this for a colourful car for Andy Yan, who is the TCR Asia champion from 2016, one of the leading lights in touring car racing in that part of the world. And this, again, just illustrates how much effort the nations have made on the colour schemes.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just a visual treat.
Yeah. This car with a bit of help from KCMG and on track. Big bold move being made there by the Latvian entry. Valtas Svidris.
Yes, another Audi. Audi has been very strong all through this TCR championship. Again, as you would imagine, a turnkey product from the factory, I think based in Ingolstadt in Germany. But I have always been a big fan of the Peugeot, the various 308s and 307s, and all the way back to the 205s. But certainly, I mean, these cars are virtually identical, although they're different manufacturers, and they are a restricted thing. The maximum budget per car is 150,000. Is it euros, sterling, or whichever?
Euros, yeah. And they're all built to a set of regulations. Yeah. So yes, the manufacturers, as you say, whether it's Volkswagen, Honda, Audi, Peugeot, Cupra, you name it, they can create a car to TCR regulations, but those regulations, a bit like F4, are carefully constructed to try and prevent costs running away with themselves. And the manufacturers build the cars, the teams then run them, a bit like in GT3. That's Didrik Esbjerg that we saw earlier on in the Norway entry. We've still got 4 or 5 people yet to do a lap time, one of whom is the UK's Chris Smiley, this year's TCR UK champion, race winner in the British Touring Car Championship in the past, Chris Smiley, but he has yet to do a lap time in the Bert Taylor Restart Racing Run Honda. Right, Valter Zvidris, in the meantime, heads towards the completion of a lap, but he's down in the sectors this time around. The 2021-2022 Baltic TCR champion, there he is. So again, decorated driver, knows what he's doing in one of these cars.
Yeah, and another colourful livery on the side of the Latvian entry as we come down. Start, finish straight. And I mean, these cars, I spoke to Chris Smiley yesterday. I said, what speed are you doing down the straight? I said, 100 mile an hour. He looked at me a bit askance and said, no, 110.
Oh, okay.
I think that they're doing about, in kilometres, about 240 kilometres out of turn 7 down to the first chicane. Just about 370 odd horsepower from a 2-litre aspirated engine.
And
pretty impressive.
I was talking to Chris the other night, and I said, how many laps, if any, have you ever done around here? None. No, he said, never raced here, never been here, nothing. He said, I've done about 1 million laps on the sim, so we'll see whether that stands him in good stead. That is Gilles Magnus. Now, he was the silver medal winner in the Vallelunga Games. For that edition, it was points scored across races for the medals. This year, it's just the main race that gives you the medals, rather than it being slightly more confusing. So he was the winner of race 2, but only the silver medalist on the points scored. But he wants to be the gold medalist for Belgium this weekend.
Well, he's done a good job in the middle sector, as he's up by 0.3 of a second. So that should see Magnus leap up from 4th position. Assuming he gets a clean run through this final sector, which looks like he's going to achieve.
Oh, geez.
He's got no traffic to interfere.
262, and you got 9 more to go.
Normally the inside
you got that one right
rear
there,
wheel, you see it
65.
just puffing a little bit of smoke. But anyway, Magnus comes across start-finish line in a few seconds' time.
This shit's catching.
Seems an eternally long run. And he goes quickest with a 2:12.4, a second plus up from the time established by the 26 Spanish Cupra entry. There's the 62, which is currently down. That's Jack Young, who was second quickest yesterday evening in the Ireland entry. So that's a Honda entered by the Irish operation. So
yeah,
purple sector 1, green sector 2.
Looking good, absolutely. Yep. ALM Motorsport running this car for Jack Young, who's been a race winner within TCR Europe this year, star of the British Renault Clio Championship a few years back.
Takes me back to my formative years growing up in Ireland. I come from the north. This car represents the Republic of Ireland, and as the case of all the entries here, you've got Ireland written on the left side, but ERA, which is the official title or name of the Republic of Ireland, ERA, E-I-R-E.
We've got one left.
So Jack Young comes across start finish and goes quickest.
Good effort, 2:12.175. That is the best lap of the weekend thus far then. So Jack Young into the 12s ahead of Gilles Magnus. As I say, he's raced here before, and he's a very, very accomplished driver, is Jack Young. And there, into the pit lane is Didrik Esbjerg, the Norwegian.
I assume that that's not an electric plug socket they plugged that car into.
Perish the thought.
I don't know what it was they plugged into that rear. I mean, I know that they want to put a neutralizer and earthing.
Hey, what the fuck
so
is those?
Looking inside, look at the size of those discs.
Yeah.
And the caliper.
I mean, again, these are serious bits of kit.
I know people get into a froth when they see a caliper that size on the front of a car. Of course, being front-wheel drive, the disc and caliper setup on the front is massive. On the rear, it's a skinny little small. I mean, it's just tiny.
It does illustrate, though, how far saloon car, touring car racing has moved from the early days when it was a road car converted to go racing. These are proper race cars built from the ground up. Chris Smiley, the TCR UK champion, member of the British Racing Drivers Club, heads up towards the timing line then for Restart Racing, Bert Taylor's team, and Chris Smiley goes through 10th fastest he is at the moment. Still learning about the circuit, but really up for the challenge. They've come straight from Snetterton, where they were racing last weekend, to Paul Ricard. The car ran actually in its national colours last weekend. They'd done the livery change in anticipation of being here, but yeah, he's been a race winner in TCR UK. He took the championship in that final weekend, 3 times a race winner in the championship. And Chris Smiley, who's a very feisty racer. He's a mini champion. He raced in the DTM supporting Sirocco Cup a few years ago. He was never far away from action in the British Touring Car Championship. And the more he learns about Paul Ricard, the faster he's going to get.
Well, I had a chat with him in the pit lane yesterday, and I said, which part of the problems do you come from? And what is that? Is that the drone?
I think that's little Nelly arriving, isn't it?
Oh, I haven't heard it. Anyway,
that's the
Chris Smiley lives on one side of the Belfast Lock, the north side, and I grew up on the south side. And roughly where I lived and where he was living, with a pair of binoculars, we would have been able to see each other's respective homes.
Good heavens.
Except I was about 50 more years older than he is, so I don't think his parents were even born at that time, let alone Chris.
Travis Hill for Canada, you're looking at in the pit lane. He's
been
racing in TCR in America in the IMSA Michelin Pilot Series this year, and he's raced in Radicals. Experienced saloon car driver is Travis Hill. Yet another nation on the grid, illustrating not only the spread of the FIA Motorsport Games, but also the spread that TCR has had around the globe. So Jack Young, Gilles Magnus, the top 2 there in the pit lane. Andy Yan for Hong Kong, China is on track 3rd. Netherlands 4th, Tom Coronel. Spain 5th, Isidro Callejas. And 6th is Andreas Backman, who is the Swedish entry.
So Hondas are 1st and 3rd quickest. Is that what the form book would have indicated?
Potentially. Although, what did we have yesterday? It was an Audi from a Honda, from an Audi, from an Audi, from a Cupra, from an Audi.
They're all meant to be identical performance, but certainly right now, it looks as if Honda have got the slight advantage.
I'm going to go watch that.
There's Tom Coronel.
Maybe
what I noticed a lot in these cars, when they hit the brakes, how much dive there is in the front. You see it more in a touring car than maybe you see it in the GTs. Certainly you not see it in a single-seater.
Well, Coronel for the Netherlands is 4th fastest, but he's not going to be an improver on this lap. But, I mean, Tom has so much experience, so much racecraft. That's where it will score when we go racing. Again, they get 2 races. The qualifying race is 25 minutes plus a lap, and that sorts out the grid for the main race, from which the medals come, and that's 30 minutes plus the regulation lap. Into the pit lane comes Tom Coronel.
France has dropped back. They were quickest initially. They're back in the pit lane. So they've dropped from being quickest all the way down to 8th. So Clarinet, I don't know whether he's done his best lap on, I think it was lap 5, and looking at the time and scoring. So whether there's any more time available for the Peugeot 308 TCR to make its way up to the front of the grid, but right now it's still Jack Young and Gilles Magnus who are effectively controlling the front row of the grid.
Yeah, Teddy Claret for France, this year's and last year's French tourism champion, so you'd anticipate him to be up at the pointy end, and especially on home soil, as you look at here at Valters Zwiedris, the current Baltic TCR champion. And Zwiedris is 10th in the times. There for France is Teddy Claret in the Peugeot, ready to go back out.
Is that a fresh set of rubber going on, or is that the original set of tyres the car had when it came in? Looks like a tyre, used tyres come off. Just checking the brake temperatures.
18 dry weather tyres for the weekend. Why would you waste them in free practice? Surely you'd want as good a set for qualifying in the 2 races. So
you would.
You know, this is only really about gaining information, isn't it? It's learning the track, it's getting the setup right for qualifying.
Well, there was a spare tyre lying by the right front, so whether that was there in the event it needed to be changed or whether it had been changed, as we now look and see where this car 18, this Australia entry, Aaron Cameron, also in a Peugeot 308 TCR, currently in 11th position for Australia.
Australians in there too.
So the former Victorian Formula Ford 1600 racer, he's driven in Toyota 86 series, in the V8 Utes in Australia, in the Hyundai Championship, the new Formula 5000 series that Chris Lambden's created, as well as TCR and 11th in this year's championship. He was runner-up last year and 3rd back in 2019. So Aaron Cameron knows his way around a touring car again. It illustrates it's a high-quality entry, this.
Listen, mate, you can't be a true racer unless you race a ute in Australia.
This is true. This is true. Always takes me back to being at the first Bathurst 24 Hours when Alan Grice was brought into the Channel 7 commentary box with us, and he'd been racing a Ute and a Porsche over the course of the weekend.
Come
and one
on.
of my colleagues asked the rather interesting question about the differences between the Porsche and the Ute, and without a moment's hesitation, Alan Grice said, Ute carries more beer.
135 done on a
Well, Alan Grice is a true Aussie, believe me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
A legend in most people's eyes, and in a few people's eyes, a legend,
Yeah,
but actually a genuine
sold.
legend.
Briefly a politician, wasn't he? Aaron Cameron, in the meantime, is, where did we have him in the Times? 12th, learning about the circuit.
I'll get
There
him.
is the Swiss representative, Gabriel
Go back. Go on. Get out of here. Then close the doors.
So representative, technically they are athletes representing their nations.
David.
So Gabriel Gonçalves goes through, and he's 14th fastest.
This one. Wait. Yes. Done. Let's go. Outside. In the morning. 4:40. That'd be 5 o'clock.